Peace, family, peace. What's going on? We're now back. Welcome back to Beyond 5D. So in this video, we're going to speak about the upcoming changes we have to expect. We're going through a lot of things right now. So what's going to happen is we're in a 7-year, right? We're about to go into an 8-year. Next year is 2024. If you reduce down 2024, it comes to an 8. 8 is represented by Saturn. Saturn is that strict personal trainer who has your best interests at heart, but wants to transform your life, wants to teach you karma, wants to help your finances. So next year will be a reality check. Since we're in the spiritual year, this is a very spiritual year, very esoteric type of heightened year. We're going to leave that. We're going from a very spiritual year. In these 3 months, we're going to go into that realistic year. So we have to expect a lot of drastic changes to happen. Your life will change. Your personal power will change. So before we get into this video, guys, do me a favor. Please like this video, share, subscribe to help your brother out. All right. So family, one thing you got to understand, let's study 8. If we study down 8, 8 is the most powerful number. It represents power, it represents money, it represents karma, it represents structure, it represents everything that has to do with just power, like personal power, personal development. So next year you will tap more into your personal power. If you haven't been feeling yourself this year and your power dynamic feeling kind of weaker this year, I guarantee you next year that will be solved. Like next year you're going to naturally just feel very, very powerful. All right. It's all good. Us as humans, we have a solar plexus chakra. So we do need like that power. We need personal power to feel safe, to fend ourselves off. So we need our own personal power. So next year, you will go through a lot of tests to increase that power, to increase that, to only get stronger in life. You got to go through a lot of things. The next year symbolizes you will go through more of those things. Okay. Now, spirituality, since we're still in this spiritual year, this 7-year, you've seen a lot of people wake up to spirituality. A lot of family members have even gotten more curious about spirituality. 7 also represents curiosity. A lot more people are just becoming more curious about the spiritual realm in general. They're curious about just everything, chakras, the spiritual realm. Reincarnation has been trending more, and even spirituality itself, crystals have even been trending. And I get a lot of people asking, do you think it's a trend? I definitely do think it's a trend. You walk down the cities and everyone wears crystals now. You don't really know who's faking it now. It's hard to tell who's really faking it because people are so great at putting on these type of spiritual masks and crystals in this. So next year, all that will end because we're going into that more reality year. We're going into that more realistic year. So all those people who really not really like trying to work on themselves, they will be reality checked. And same with you, like everyone will be reality checked next year. We're gonna leave all that like Neptunian, because 7 is represented by Neptune. Neptune is the most spiritual planet, psychic abilities, intuition, everything that's just like out of this world, 5D. We're going to leave a little bit of that in 2023, and we're going to enter more power. We're going to enter more reality. We're going to enter into a more reality type of world. So next year is a high likelihood the new dollar could come. The money system can change. The money system could fall. I'll also say this to say, because 8 does represent Saturn. Saturn is the government. So next year is the 8-year. The government could either fall or crash. They can get stronger, get weaker. Something crazy is going to happen with the government. Something really crazy. All right. So stay tuned for those type of things. All right. But us as brothers and sisters, we do got to prepare for those type of things. We got to prepare our finances. You will see the light at the end of your tunnel, y'all. You will see that light financially. And I'm talking about anything material-wise, anything you've been saving. Us as human beings on this spiritual plane, we need money to survive. We need materials to survive, or we're gonna be, we're not gonna be able to survive. So it is important to kind of like, I understand when people stress about money and things like that. It is important, but it's not something that is more important than your soul and your spiritual journey. But next year, you will see more people start to stress about money, y'all. You will see more people really start to like, you know how to say modern women sometimes are, they can't help that, or the lowers. You will start to see more of those type of women come out. Even men, you will start to see more men stress about money. Like people will stress about money next year. But if you are on a good karmic journey, you will prosper next year. You will like gain the most money you ever had. You will see the light at the end of your tunnel. So next year, it's the best year to start a business. It's the best year to really gain, like take those risks, because you already know any type of business endeavor, you got to take risks. You can't be comfortable. You got to take those risks. So next year will be that year where you should take those risks. This year is more spiritual, more about intuitions. You know, when you think about seven chakras, 7 days in a week. In the Bible, God rested on the seventh day. So next year is going to be like a little bit more different. Instead of everyone focusing on crystals and spirituality, people are going to be more focused on their personal development of power, money, and crises. Now, when we tie this into astrology, the eighth zodiac sign is a Scorpio. Scorpio is the darkest zodiac sign, the mentally strongest zodiac sign. They think the worst kind of case scenario. Naturally, they can't help it, but they're very like transformational, very strong. So next year, crises could happen to you if it's something that you deserve. I can't control the fate of the universe, but I can control the internal. That's what you always got to tell you. You can always control the internal part of yourself. So tell yourself that if something does happen to you next year, mentally, physically, or spiritually, it's something that is here to kind of help your fate. All right. I'm not trying to say this to make anyone scared, but 8 is a karmic number. So there's a high likelihood, there's a likelihood that you could run into karmic partners, karmic events, especially if you haven't really been like doing the best of things. If you haven't really been doing good deeds, remember good deeds is a way to eliminate karma. So doing good deeds is sharing knowledge, like or helping, giving money out to the poor, helping your family, helping your mom, your dad, people who like took care of you, anyone who's taking care of you, giving back to them. That's good deeds. Good deeds is helping humanity, helping the world. If you've been doing that, it's going to help you. You are going to gain a lot of rewards next year. Okay, because remember, Saturn is not just a planet. Saturn is not always just like always that strict personal trainer, but Saturn itself wants to make you in shape. Okay, he wants to make you in your best shape possible. By the time that year ends, by the time 2024 ends, he wants you to be in the best shape possible that you like ever been. So you will go through things. You will be very strict next year. And if you're not like a little bit more strict next year, things will happen. People will come in your life. Things will kind of fall to kind of make you more strict on yourself. Your next year, it's highly recommended. I'm going to stress this, to start a routine, start a New Year's resolution routine, only because Saturn does represent routine and structure. So next year, structure and corporate is going to be heightened. Like everything when it comes to like the material realm is going to heighten. So you're going to start to see more newer products, more just crazy new things that has to do with structure. New businesses come out, new huge businesses. You will see more serious connections. You will attract more of those like serious type of connections, those really serious type of people, mature people. There's a higher likelihood you're going to attract a teacher. Okay, Saturn's like a teacher, but more like a karmic teacher, while Jupiter is more like something else, a guru teacher. Saturn is that karmic teacher. So you might attract a teacher who's really here to help you on your journey. It could come in the form of a family member, a spiritual guru, a priest, anyone, but they're going to help you. But overall, we're leaving this spiritual year, this super spiritual year, where spirituality started to become really heightened. Everyone was curious about, and just everything spiritual, everything esoteric. We're leaving that. We're gonna enter reality more. Reality check. We will be reality checked, y'all. Everyone here watching this, you will be reality checked. Reality checked. All right, that's the number one word for 8 next year. Reality check. People like to get fearful of reality check. Sometimes a reality check is good because it teaches you to be more self-accountable. So being self-accountable is going to happen. if you want to prepare and save yourself from anything that's going to be happen negative next year, the best way to do that is going to be self accountable now, be realistic now. Like if you feel like you was wrong in this situation, just know that you was wrong and say it. You gotta know, you gotta low-key know and be self-accountable of those things. So when things do happen, you're like, okay, I was wrong the whole time. You don't really feel like a victim. So getting out that victim complex is gonna happen by next year. You gotta get out that victim complex. If you're not successful, if you don't have money, if you don't have your wife, like anything, if you don't have nothing, you have to learn why you don't have it, and you have to be realistic. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the reason why. You know, this I learned this from Brother Yosef. You got to learn, like, maybe it is me. Maybe like you got to start saying it. So if you're not doing that right now, if you're not in the area where you're not saying maybe it is me, maybe I am the one who's really, next year something's going to happen to where you are going to be saying that. You're going to be like, maybe it was me the whole time. Maybe I'm the wrong one who's been wrong in all my relationships. You got to really start doing that, because next year is going to really be a high end. Like I said, karma is the theme and highlight of next year. Karma, money, power. You are going to become more stronger within yourself, but it's going to only be able to help you. Like that solar plexus, like I said, we all have that solar plexus here to really show us we all have an inner sun. We all have inner power. Without us having a solar plexus, we wouldn't be able to fend off any type of like things that's trying to stop us. We need that power, that personal decision making, because solar plexus rules decision making. So making decisions and everything like that is always in your solar plexus. So next year, make more important decisions, career decisions, make more important money decisions. Next year could be your best year of your life or the worst year of your life, because if you look at the 8, it's the infinity symbol. So 8 doesn't have a cap limit. It doesn't have a cap limit. So anything that happens next year, it can really go to the extremes. It can really like be something that makes you or breaks you. Okay, everything that happens is going to be really intense. 8 is the most intense number. It's the most strongest number because it's infinity. It's infinity. So infinity and infinite things can happen. Like a lot of great things can happen for you guys next year. A lot of great things. So speak those into existence. Speak it, because it will prosper. Like I said, you guys will see the light at the end of the tunnel next year. You will see things prosper. You will finally gain things you've always wanted financially. Financial health will prosper next year, only because you've been putting in so much work. Mental health will also prosper, because 8 also deals with like your strength. So mental health, like willpower, will strengthen. Everything will be in your highest, greatest good if it's something you deserve. Like I said, Saturn represents next year. So it's all depending on where you're standing. But we are going to leave this year is like very spiritual, very Neptunian-like, very illusionary at the same time. The negatives of 7 is like solitude, pessimistic. So if you've been feeling a little negative this year, next year you're going to start to feel more positive. You're going to start to feel a little bit more stronger in yourself. You're going to start to feel really, like someone resurrected you. So next year, prepare for that. Prepare for all the real reality, just preparing you and shaping you. Structure, all right. Structure is going to be a huge theme for next year. Lots of structure, all right. So besides that, YouTube, this video is not meant to be too long, but we are going to go to a huge major shift. The dollar might fall, money changes, systems might fall, government might fall. Things are going to happen that's going to blow your mind, all right? And you are going to blow your mind, because you're going to walk into a lot of personal power. You're going to walk into a lot of good karma if you are on the right path. You're going to walk into a lot of money. I know y'all get happy when I say money. You don't walk into a lot of money. You don't walk into a lot of just overall just great things for your life, all right? Saturn is not, it's that personal trainer, that strict personal trainer. I'm going to stress this, that wants the best things for you, has the best interest, but he's strict though. He's strict. So if you're not on your routine, like I said, I stress the routine. Be on your routine next year, okay? Because if you're not really doing what you need to do next year, I'm gonna stress this. What's gonna happen is karma is gonna start to happen, either in the form of karmic partners, karmic events, karmic things is gonna really shape your life. Okay, so only you know what's gonna really happen. Only you kind of really know what's headed in the future by what you do, by what you're doing behind the scenes, everything like that. Only you know. So besides that, YouTube, You guys do want more? Make sure you like, comment. Love you guys. Peace.